Hello, welcome back. We are here again with another surprise. Marvel was a blast, but we are back to gear. It's going to be plus R to kick us off today. We'll have Strive a little later on, and you'll have your daily dose of Xrd pre-rollback to get your feet a little wet. But until then, this is the one that started it all, I'd say, in the last couple of years. You know, we had the plus R rollback beta. Yeah. It feels like 10,000 years ago, but it could have been 1 or 2. Betting on 2. This game had a huge resurgence. You know, people have played it since it was the de facto Guilty Gear, but a lot of new heads, a lot of people are really excited to be able to play with their friends online. So I'm excited to see it back. I love this game. Yeah, I can't wait. Brad, I'm so glad you're joining me for this.
Yeah, I haven't watched Plus R in a little bit, but it was I know we ran it with a different group for a while during the quarantine time when stuff, you know, first really started bumping online. And I think you're right. I feel like Plus R was one of the first games that really demonstrated how much life you inject back into your title by giving it this proper support online. Jumping in for our first match of the day, we got an ABBA versus a Justice.
Yeah, you're not going to see either of these characters in any of the other games. Unfortunately, both would be great in Strive or Xrd, but you know, Plus R's got them for us, and it's going to be very weird. I think you have to be terrified from either end of this. ABBA hates this matchup. When you are full screen against Justice and they can get the nukes going, there's no way to approach in a way that feels risk-free. But, you know, ABBA's that character. I think that has been a big mark of the last couple of years, that people are finding, like, ABBA's kind of hard to deal with. She gets the blood pack off, and then all of a sudden you are in deep danger. You'll see if this ABBA player can do that. Winter's finding it here, going into Maroha.
The party started, but immediately sent back full screen. DalDakota is going to be able to try to slow some stuff down. Oh, actually moving in surprisingly more than I would have expected. Now they're on the back foot, force break. Reset back to neutral. Doesn't get a big punish for the end of the blood.
And also, running out of the blood there means that they weren't able to get any of that life back either. So they didn't really spend a lot of it on offense, but when you swing as ABBA in Maroha mode, you are chipping your own health bar away. You're able to return that if you get a blood pack or a key grab, but if you get neither, you get a bunch of knockdowns, you are in deep trouble. We are seeing that for Winters here, but no big hit. I mean, I've seen the 1 pixel health come back from this character more times than I can ever imagine. That is what ABBA is for, and the overheads, but not enough.
I was gonna say, I was like, we were absolutely in that spot, that sequence into either the what is it, Kaioken?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, into anything. The Danzai pickups, there's a lot of things that aren't quite being utilized, but maybe we're just getting their footing. Here's a nice combo. It's getting a bit more momentum here, but you want to see a lot more EX Danzai. You want to see Goku Maroha mode. That's where the speed, the damage comes into play.
Yes, Goku, that's what it was. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the install. Maroha being the sort of demon key stance. But you pop that, your meter goes back to full.
Right, and that's really the thing, is like you cash out as much of your bar as possible to generate the lead, and then you pop the install version, resets you. You should be able to kill off like 1 reset off this in an ideal world, right?
I mean, I have seen 0 to death combos with this character, like no reset. Just you are in the air, your guard bar is cranked, and now you're dying.
Okay, we only have 1 blood pack left, but any hit can do it.
Nice.
We were close enough to get the key grab into the 5A pickup.
So
on the board.
Something that's really integral to this matchup against ABBA is knockdowns. When you get the key grab, you have that meter that slowly ticks down, but every time you knock them down, hard knockdown, no air tech, it chunks. You see that? And so 3 knockdowns, and you have ABBA going into like a many frame recovery. Enough for an instant kill. If you are ready for it, you just get a free round when you get that 3rd knockdown.
Okay, we went for a reset there, no pickup. 5A connects, no pickup again. But smoked by the same mix-up, went for something of a reset.
ABBA looking at a lot of health there, pops the blood bag, goes back to max.
All right, Justice trying to push the issue back, still smoked by the throw. We did find the grab right into the pickup once again. We're back into the Demon Key stance.
Nice little combo, but no ender. Danzai trying to keep that screen position. This is honestly not the worst place for Justice. Going to get whiff punish, which will seal that round, but Even at a little bit of health left, if you have full screen with as DalDakota there, you're feeling pretty comfortable. If you can thread that sort of wall of projectiles, you can make that really hard to deal with. It has been trouble for DalDakota to find that kind of like latent pressure, that attrition game. So we'll see if they can get a little bit more of that going here. Otherwise, Abba is just going to run you over.
Yeah, absolutely. And that seems like that was largely the part of it. I feel like the very beginning, like that first round, it seemed like DalDakota did a decent job of trying to keep it slower.
Oh my God,
we really didn't see a whole lot of Demon Key come out, but I mean, now we're just getting it off rip here in game 2 after Winters is starting. They get more and more comfortable in getting into that stance, and DalDakota's just living in the corner.
Yeah. All right, pick up with the Rekkas. It's like nice, solid combo in the corner. Maybe looking for burst a little bit here, wanting to add a little insult to injury. That downside didn't do anything, but I don't know why.
All right, all the JAs gets the counter hit and the scramble after. Burst does come out.
Oh, that one. And the RC too, to be sure. Okay, that is very plus. We're living.
Oh,
looking pretty decent. Okay, you don't want to go in though.
As Justice, it seems like Dakota wants only to go in.
Yeah, it is a work in progress to go in as this character. Very slow, no dash. Very limited mobility, and going to get tagged there. Follow up, going to do just enough damage. Yeah, I think as Justice, you're trying to get as much like screen distance as you can against this character. I mean, look how slow their air dash is when they don't have that Maroha mode. Forcing them to pop a blood bag to get it outside of that close range is really important, just as like a resource game.
Right. Got some corner stuff. Where's the reset going to be? Went for an empty. Burst comes out from Dakota, wants to reset back. Burst is now gone for both characters. Wow, no pickup off the connection there on the side of Winters.
You got to leave the room as Justice right here, and trying right there, that backdash, but again, so slow. It's so much easier to chase this character down when you're that close, and when you have Maroha mode intact. A little bit more damage will do it. Yeah, the OTG just to seal the deal. Okay, Winters going up.
Yep, 2-0. You can see on the instant replay. We can see it on the side. I hope that you guys are able to see it. Our monitor's got a little wonky. It looks like the game feed from the PlayStation seems like it got a little bit weird. But yeah, like you said, picking it up just off of the OTG at the end there. And Winters is going to be able to move on the winner's side. I have pulled up the bracket on my phone. Y'all can see if you send exclamation bracket in the chat, it will send it as well. That's actually where I had got it from. We've got FlakManiak and Merkilo waiting in the winner's side of top 8 already. Brandon waits for the winner of docbach and Winter. I was about to say Brandon beat Tanuk, but I see Tanuk at a -1, so they must have registered early and then not made it, or taken a DC or something to that effect.
They might have taken the DC. I saw they were over in the multi zone. Obviously, a very strong player for that game as well. Flak, I think, plays Sol?
Okay.
Maybe? It sounds familiar. And then I have no idea who Merkilo plays in this game. They're really strong in Strive around here.
Yeah, they. I don't know if they still play Geo, but they were sort of the local Geo player when I really thought about what Merkilo played. And Merkilo, obviously, I mean, for as long as I've been in the community, Merkilo's been a strong player, was strong in Street Fighter 4, really is an SNK guy.
Okay.
Was big in KOF 13, I know has come out for KOF 15 a fair bit as well.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I mean, I think if you're playing Geo in Strive, you gotta at least appreciate the jam toolkit. I'm not gonna make the call, because like you don't always want to play the kind of same character you play in every game. Sometimes you get your like wires crossed, it can get kind of tricky, especially like from version to version, right? Like if you play Faust in this
versus Faust
in Strive, you're gonna get a little bit. You know, it's first of all, it's gonna bum you out. And second of all,
right. I mean, all you have to do is follow Elvin Shadow to see how true that is.
Yeah. Though he's not even like too much of a doomer about it, and he's not too wrong. The big thing is that they're very different, and I think as this game has developed plus R in the last few years, the tier list has shifted a lot. I don't think people consider Faust like top 3 anymore.
Interesting.
For a long time, I mean, Elvin's so dominant on the online circuit for this stuff. When we were all playing a couple of years ago. You could not go into a tournament without getting like geeked out by Green Faust, and it was just like I remember watching him win off of like run up throw easily 100 times, and like how scared you have to be like sitting in gear.
Yeah, I mean, valid point.
But the character is really strong, has good damage, good normals, but a lot, I think, especially with rollback where you're not dropping stuff as often, a lot of like set play monsters have come out, and you're seeing a lot more Dizzy. You're seeing Testament, obviously, strong character, and even like Order Soul, who I wouldn't necessarily say is like a set play only character, but does really need that high execution to be like incredibly strong.
Okay, so the more consistent online environment has lent itself towards other characters.
I think so, and like when you look at someone like Dizzy, that character is doing a lot of stuff at once and relying on like really heavy mix-up. You're trying to get a knockdown, set up fish, set up laser beam, and then be on both sides of the screen at the same time.
Okay.
Testament is everywhere at once. Scary character. Everyone knows this.
Yeah.
And then the classics like Zappa, Baiken all have something unique where you're suddenly not playing the same game you can against everybody else.
Okay.
Baiken parry, just like being able to block cancel.
Right.
Really, really tough to deal with. Zappa, just like low profiling a ton of stuff, having uninteractable like pet friends. All that stuff has made those characters, I think, really, really shine. Faust is really strong, but doesn't have like, outside of like rolling meteors every once in a while, I don't think Faust has that same like horrifying like specter behind him.
Sure. I think there's something to be said, right? That I think a lot of Faust is, you cannot decouple how situationally strong Faust can be.
Yeah.
Like Faust as a character is an interesting case study for me, where I feel like people tend towards consistency when they evaluate stuff in fighting games. And so strategies that are consistently powerful are valued higher than strategies that are inconsistent.
Yeah.
And the fact that Faust has RNG baked into his DNA, but is also a character that is still consistent enough to be a threat, is in and of itself such an interesting phenomenon, where I think like other characters in other titles would feel very different in that way.
Yeah.
Where, you bring in that element of RNG. It's part of, I think, what makes Strive Faust feel worse, is his kit outside of the RNG. Maybe until the most recent patch, because I know there's Faust players putting in work, like Apology Man going on tears recently.
Yeah, crazy.
But, up until comparatively recently, like, the strength of the RNG elements of his kit were not high rolly enough often enough. The lower bound was really low, and the strength of his kit, if you removed that from it, didn't have that consistency.
Right. And like you want to have your consistent normals that support the luck sacking, right? Like you want to be able to have like Xrd, you have the like air dash break jump Ks
right.
that are like instant air into conversion. You have really strong lows, you have really huge buttons. And that means that all those things create that consistent game plan. And every once in a while you huck a meteor out, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Like every once in a while you tag someone with a bedpan from full screen,
right.
and they die instantly.
Yeah.
And
Garbage actually says in the chat, and that's an interesting point, says that like all of the items in this game are good.
Yeah.
And I think that's part of what we speak to, right? Is like it feels like in Strive, for example, it feels like maybe a third of the items are inconsequential. A third of them can be good, can be bad, depending on the context. Like Horn, I feel like Horn is great, but it's also the only one as a defender that I feel like I have to engage in the counterplay. Like if I'm playing against Faust and Horn comes out, I'm playing for Horn. If anything else comes out, it's fine. I'll let it rock.
I love the interactability though. I mean, like I wish that his base kit in the new game was stronger to support that, because I like fighting for the Horn. I think that's such a cool element to it. Whereas like you are fighting around his items in this game, but being able to like really have a say in it increases the amount of decision making for both players.
Yeah.
That being said, even with a consistent toolkit, the best Fausts are the ones who know how to play the hand they're dealt.
Yes.
Simply.
And that's the other
that's
thing.
Why Nage's so good.
Right,
that's why Elvin's so good.
Yeah, and that's why I've said for the longest time is like the early evaluations of Faust in any game feel like it's a non-starter, right? Because it is going to take time to figure out if this is the thing in this situation, how do I want to do it?
Yeah.
Like his is not a simple flowchart that you can figure out in a short span of time, because the items versus the situations are so varied that understanding how you want to evaluate position X versus position Y, it's not even just two-dimensional.
No, there's a lot of variables, and I think that the key to learning that stuff for the good Faust players is having a good proactive plan initially, right? Like, you say, like, they know what they're going to do off a meteor before it even goes into the sky. And they see it, and they're like, I'm in there. So we are back online here. We're going to have a minor button check. Still seeing Winters on the screen. They're going to be playing against docbach.
Rocking the Potemkin.
Is this the best version of Potemkin? I truly don't know anymore. I feel like for a while, Strive Potemkin was kind of eating.
Yeah, I still don't fully understand why people think Strive Potemkin now is so bad.
Yeah.
He's still, again, consistency being a thing. Like, he's a little bit high rolling.
I think the matchup chart does not do well for him.
Sure.
I think this version of Potemkin was probably good until Happy Chaos came out.
That's valid. Happy Chaos is just going to smoke.
And now he's not. But Xrd Potemkin really hard to play. Strive Potemkin not easy to play, but the tools, you have a little bit more mobility. You can just, that's a regular throw. That's not too scary. But this is the one we were looking for. A little more damage on the board, and
empty low.
Good. Actually, I bet this matchup's not the worst for Potemkin because Abba wants to get in.
Right.
And look what you get for getting in.
Right, and there's something else to be said too. Okay, now the key is going to get started, so this is going to swing the matchup hugely in the opposite direction, except we're going to get the RC off of that, trying to move forward, and you can see docbach is doing a great job of punishing Winters for trying to take their turn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, those armored moves, those are going off on any incoming. Winters can find some multi-hitting options in midair. Maybe get a few more jabs in there to break that armor, but it's not easy. And the corner, really good Potemkin in this game, being able to pick up off the Potemkin Buster. Scary, nice backdash. Oh, and the burst.
My God.
Nasty. All right, this is how it starts. Going for the dash. Nothing too high mobility.
Right, trying to keep the pressure going,
wow,
but
hitbox.
That looked like it caused a bad knockdown situation. We're forced to burst here as Winter, but the throw is going to do it. Yeah, that did not seem trivial for Winters to try to navigate. And it's like you said, right? First of all, yes, as ABBA, you want to get in. But on top of that, you're forced to get in and engage as the lesser version of your character in order to activate your win condition. And the whole time that you're doing that, you're trying to contend with Potemkin.
Yeah, so I think right there you're seeing a good adaptation to answer your challenge, right? You're popping Blood Bag early to get Danzai to unlock this better version of the character early. Potemkin does not have a lot of punishes full screen outside of Slide Head. So you can go for that Blood Pack to get things started, but look at this. That's going to be...
Oh no!
The punch, and I cannot believe that did not come out. I think they were looking maybe for super. So pump fake into nothing. Little teabag assist, part of the plus R lore maybe. Nice combo. All right.
What's it gonna be? Okay.
Huge pressure. Nice jump out, but no. Wow.
Did that autocorrect?
Yeah,
wow.
I think so.
All right.
No! Don't jump at me.
You can see still on the back foot here is Winters. We've got the RC in the back. The burst is going to get smoked. Knuckle doesn't kill, but...
He's trying to go in.
All right, pop in the Blood Bag again. Can you make this happen? Absolutely, but not if you run into a 2K. That's going to be the set here for docbach. Really running away with that one. I feel like Winters never really managed to navigate into actually getting to run their game at all.
No,
and even the few instances where they did, it seemed like docbach was just ready to churn out something armored and smoke them for it.
docbach looked really clean that whole way. Good combos, a lot of really nice pickups, getting your follow-ups to Potemkin Buster in the corner. So all the damage was always on the board, and didn't really have to adjust into the matchup too much. It is definitely Abba's job there to try to find ways to outbox, which are hard to find as that character. But putting a little pressure on Potemkin just in decision-making rather than actual aggression, because docbach was ready with the response to any jump in. There weren't a lot of really effective grounded approaches. We saw the Goku Muraha go off but just run up into a low. Didn't have a chance to get a lot started there.
Yeah, so as I double check the bracket, yes, docbach taking that sends them up into the winner side of top 8. So the winner side of top 8 is set. It is FlakManiak and Merkilo on one side, and docbach and Brandon on the other side. Loser side top 8. Oh, it looks like it's already set. It was a quick bracket, 10-player bracket. I see Merkilo is sitting down now, so this must be FlakManiak versus Merkilo.
Very cool. Yeah, I mean, 10 people for the classics. Feeling pretty good about that. You know, that is, it takes 2 to make a scene, right? Like,
of course. I think, you know, your scene is alive as long as people are playing.
Absolutely.
There's none of this dead game nonsense.
No, I don't subscribe to that anymore. Even things that I am not trying to play. I just saw, like, there was like a charity exhibition round for Battle Fantasia the other day that someone was hosting, and I have never seen that game played. And there is a character in that game that is a rabbit in a wizard hat, and now I am a Battle Fantasia main.
A rabbit in a wizard hat.
That game looks sweet. Yeah.
Okay.
All the characters look nuts in that game.
I wasn't ready for that nugget.
Yeah, it looked cool. And like, I don't know, I couldn't get a grasp on what was going on in it, but it's anything like that. You know, you see the mystery tournament come through every year, and people are not ready. You know, you gotta have your, what was it, Dino Rex? You gotta have your Dino Rex.
Is that what that was?
You gotta have your Dino Rex ready in case you get, you know, summoned to the mystery tournament. Like, gotta try everything once.
You know, Merkilo as an Order Soul player somehow feels right.
I like it. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And both these characters are fairly technical, but Order Soul has a lot of cancels that you have to do. So you have your meters down at the bottom that you charge up to cash in for your supers.
Garbage says Merkilo is on Soul. Oh, okay, we had it backwards.
I see, okay.
Flak is Holy Order Soul. Word.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing Flak at the online events, but I couldn't remember which Soul. But, you know, both very aggro. As Soul, you want to get those like air Fafnir loops.
Yeah.
You've seen the hand cams. You've seen the allegations.
Yeah, that's the new thing. That's the newest thing, right? Like, who says no game can be dead when it has that much drama?
Yeah, that's the real nature of it. When
but
when
also,
you get some sort of
imagine being so crispy that people insist that you have to be cheating.
Yeah, that all. It's music to my ears. What a world. But both these characters gonna have to have those combos on deck if they want to do the most, you know?
Okay. Nice air-to-airs coming out of Merkilo as the starter. You got the corner position. Empty cross up into the low short.
Oh yeah, Merkilo plays this game. We're in there.
All right. Pick up from Flak.
Oh, and the cross under, that was so sick.
That was gross.
Okay. So Saul's, Order Saul has Viper, but it crosses through. It pops off like that. So you can you can go right through, hit him on the back foot. There's a few smart setups to that. All right, punish. Yo.
Okay.
Talking about that execution.
All right, and we got a charge.
All right. Walk on the Fafnir, got that punish.
Oh my God. Mine is bigger.
Tell him.
Flak Wholesale said mine is bigger.
You're messing with like the career, like it's like a look in the mirror. You got the office clothes. Dress for the job you want, Saul.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God, that was so sick.
So gross.
It's the jump in approach with the slide.
All right. Oh, okay. We charged full half bar there.
Partying level 2, cashing in, and right there that sacrifice a little bit of Oki to get that bar back, so you can kind of keep the super strain running. Brutal. FlakManiak going up the game here.
Order Soul's such a dope character.
Yeah.
So cool. When I was trying to play this game, I tried to mess around with Order Soul a little bit.
You're a Zappa player.
I'm a Zappa player?
You're a Zappa player. Don't ask me.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind the next time Plus R enters my ecosystem.
Yeah. You want to talk about random occurrences that always work in your favor? That's a good character. Okay, knockdowns. Got that Oki, the run through. Character unfamiliarity going to be a factor, maybe. FlakManiak going for the yucky stuff. Again, which means you're not tight. They're not working out for Merkilo. Finding themselves in the corner, getting EX Fafnir. That is the move of this game, I'd say.
Looks like it. Okay.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, falling limbs work out there for Merkilo, who overextends a little bit, trying to get the pickup off the 5K. Now stuck at the back foot in the corner. Oh.
There we go. Again.
Oh no, just barely misses it, and the reversal comes out from Flak, where it should be on set point.
Merkilo definitely getting a little bit more done here in the second game. But like you said, yeah, the overextensions, when you're looking at best 2 out of 3, there's only so many little mistakes you can make.
Really, this game should also be 3 out of 5.
Shouldn't they all?
No. Ham Jam is at Roundhouse right now.
Back
he just
to the match.
turned his stream off.
Okay, well, we're going to make this a quick 2-0 for you if it's in FlakManiak's favor. And again, that pickup, that special had a little bit of a bar to it, so we got that follow-up too.
Okay.
Yeah, flew right in the pocket.
Yeah, that works out here for
Good
Merkilo.
loss.
Is he going to be able to finish that out? Okay, he gets the meaty 5K though, but unfortunately, Flak takes their turn. The little micro scramble there.
Oh, that EX Fafnir is such a set sealer. 25 meter, and this can be yours. It can be yours from full screen. Instantly. At the low cost of 25 meter. You too can have an EX Fafnir.
You can see from the instant replay there, that had been the best sequence that I think Merkilo had. It was the best spot that they were in, but you're exactly right. FlakManiak just kept being able to rely on that tool. Merkilo was never really fully prepared to answer it. But hey, you get another shot down in losers, waiting on the winner of Winter and, does that say Nacht Sun? Nacht Sun?
Nacht Sun.
Okay, it's misspelled. It is
Nacht
Nacht Stun. So I saw N-A-C-H-T, and I was like, all right,
Nacht.
there's like Germanic to that. Please and thank you. But yeah, and it looks like Sunshine did take their set over Casper, so they are waiting on the loser of this match, docbach versus Brandon. Brandon on the Anji. I'm sure you're going to have plenty to say about this.
I love Anji. Best version of Anji in Guilty Gear.
I don't think that's a debate. I think everyone's pretty on board with that.
Got a lot of Peppy players in this little bracket too.
That's like, I feel like saying this is the best version of Anji is a lot like saying water's wet.
Water's kind of wet. Water's kind of wet. All games should be 3 out of 5.
Okay, no.
Science
We're
is
getting
real.
subjective now.
In this house.
You gotta stop the steal of my time.
In this house, the hand cams are accurate. Science is real. All games should be 3 out of 5. I love this version of Anji. I mean, I guess I don't know how Anji played pre plus R. Like, I don't know how Slash Anji was. When I was playing Slash, I was not very good at this stuff, so I don't really know how the character was then. But people who play Anji in this version of the game are the ones that are sad about new Anji, and other people don't really know what it's like. Like, you have true butterfly Oki, you have amazing normals, rather than like far-reaching slow ones. Character's very good in this, and oh, look at the Fusion pickup, gonna have to burst. That would have been full combo. You're looking at a lot more options with this character, but Temkin has some good ways to deal, flicking the butterfly. You don't get a follow-up from this one if you flick, so really good way to kind of deal with Anji's Oki, or at least get him ready. Oki's going to put you in trouble either way. Red can set up the unblockable. Going for combo. Grab, into throw, into mix. Okay, guard cancel, good call. Get out of there. Oh, and that? Hey, can I have that back? Strive Anji doesn't get that anymore.
No, you don't get anything. There's you don't get to ask for absolutely anything.
Maybe next patch. I think they can make that character Gorilla if they wanted. I'll look forward to it. Temkin going in with the scoops, full screen.
Okay, we got the pickup, reset back. Ooh, okay. Slidehead just kind of clean beating the startup of the butterfly there. Ooh. Really fishing for that up forward there was docbach. Has to burst in order to push out of the corner.
Wow, that backdash is active for so long. This is looking really good for Temkin, actually. docbach back on screen. And, oh, the scoops! Okay, nice. Anji is another character that does have to, like, watch out for some of the armored stuff. Not a ton of multi-hitting moves. but pretty safe ways to start your pressure versus ABBA having to go in.
Yeah, one thing you can see is that docbach is going for the command grabs and the regular throws a lot, and it's really blowing up Brandon, who is alternating between either like down backing or just trying to armor through stuff. I
can't believe that.
Grab beats it, right?
Yeah, grab beats it. And the returns on it too. If you get Potemkin busted, we just saw there's mid-screen follow-ups on Anji.
All right, up the first game here is docbach. We ran away with that.
You
that
thought
first game
Fujin was
pretty
broken.
quick.
You thought Fujin was broken, and now you're knocked down. Okay, butterfly coming out, but docbach's been ready on the flicks. docbach plays Potemkin in Strive too, so a lot of Potemkin players are like die-hard, or they're going to play this character even if they're like one of the worst in the game multiple titles in a row. It's just like, I am a grappler main, and I don't play the other grapplers.
Okay. Fujin actually, they managed to armor through. Wow, the back throw connects there, though. Just like that, docbach is in the driver's seat.
Oh, the Strive Mega Fisto, the fade away. Oh, that's an overhead and his plus.
Oh, connects around on the board here for Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon keeping this one a little more even. We've had a couple blowouts earlier on in the stream, but Brandon's Anji looking pretty clean, solid, nothing fancy, just using the classics. Oh, get out of the Potemkin bus, but not ready with the punish. You can tell that Brandon knows that it's coming, but maybe doesn't have the answer out.
Yeah, it seems a little bit like Brandon has that layer one of like, this is how I engage, but doesn't have the counterplay baked in.
Yeah, and like, it's not easy. Oh, wow, right through the 6P. Okay, cross up, nice.
Ooh. Oh, but armor through. Red RC in the back. docbach's going to get the knockdown. What's the mix-up? Fujin through, gets the whiff punish with the 2K 2D.
That's plus, and we have the guard points there on 6K. So if a swing came in on that, it would get counter hit.
Right. One more guess for game. Goes for air-to-air.
Oh,
docbach isn't going to get it.
6P.
Oh.
Wow, and through the follow-up, too. Again, that backdash has always been a really big tool for Potemkin, who otherwise has very limited mobility. But those invincibility frames, you don't get those anymore. These days, with inflation, your invincibility frames, you're running low.
You can't spare those.
No, yeah.
Let's go to the 1%.
We're in recession. All right, nice jabs. Ooh, good Fujin, and the pickup there, too. No ender, unfortunately. Stuff. Oh yeah, flick on the butterfly. Not missing any of those. docbach, really impossible to get something started with butterfly unless it's on OP. Goldberg's scary.
Ooh.
No, never mind. Hitboxes for days on that move. I love that.
Back in the days of
discovered
anti-airs.
I just want him back.
Sometimes a move was more than its initial function. Okay, back throw, keeping that corner position here is docbach, who gets away with the jump in right at the Potemkin buster.
Oh, and there's follow-up for that too. The corner definitely, you're going to get something very substantial.
All right.
Good stuff. docbach really knows that matchup, handling well. There are a lot of challenges for Potemkin in these games, and it's almost always mobility related, but when you find the person who's like built for those characters, it's like none of it ever matters. And you can say it about any grappler, but once you get that knockdown, it's a pretty good matchup.
Yeah, there's something to be said that even the worst version of a grappler is going to run away with it if they get the reads.
Yeah.
That's kind of the thing. You live and die by the RPS. The best version of a grappler doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Right? You think of like the best versions of grapplers across different titles are all grapplers that like have strong neutral games that like if you end up resetting back to neutral, it's not a loss condition, or your strike throw cycles back into itself so easily that guessing wrong doesn't feel bad.
I'm trying to think of who the best grappler is in this game. It's either
game?
Saul or it could be Ava. Ava's got some nasty stuff off the throw.
See, it's funny to me to like talk about grapplers and then like, because Ava doesn't have does Ava have a command grab? No.
Well, she has key grab, which is it's a command hit grab, but it's not the one I'm talking about. Her regular grab, she gets combo off of. It's crazy.
But I guess what I mean is like,
but she doesn't have multiple.
In Street Fighter brain, a command grab is what makes you a grappler.
Yeah.
And when you talk about this character's a grappler, like saying Saul's a grappler isn't mean.
We got to get that. We got to get the alignment chart right.
Yeah. No, we need a grappler alignment chart.
Yeah. If you're watching along at home,
you know,
get that
lawful grappler is you have a command grab, and command grabs are a major part of your kit.
I feel like
neutral good grappler is you have a command grab, but it's not an important part of your kit.
this is like chaotic neutral, where it's like you don't have a command grab, but your throw is an important part of your kit. Because like the command grabs in this game are good, but some regular grabs are also insanely good.
Sure. So we are jumping down into the loser side. Brandon staying on the setup, playing against Sunshine to determine who makes it into the loser side semifinals match.
All right, let's see how this goes. Very different playstyle potential here. You are going to see Fujin going through Fujin quite a bit. And there's the guard cancel, not wanting to deal with that Oki. Anji is in some ways like Baiken, has some options on defense that you don't have to play around against other characters. I think his are very strong, but maybe not quite as scary as Baiken's. And the character hits like a truck. You're happy to be an offense with him too, which is nice. Oh, right there. Wow, throw tech. You don't see that every day. Oh, interesting. Didn't have something ready for the ground bounce, but Sunshine otherwise doing really well right now. Okay, no one's ready for the pickup at the moment. But we're happy to get those slide into Fujin. Just get a little damage on the board. There we go, nice. Perfect combo. Have the Oki ready, but trying to bait with maybe a safe jump. Looking for those failed guard cancel opportunities. Nice pickups, and those are plus. We take those. Favorable trade, you call it in Sunshine's case here. Going up 1 over Brandon.
The belligerency that you were able to utilize with that tool is crazy to me.
That's awesome. You just have armor and stuff. It's not like right there again. It's not your turn anymore. It might not have ever been your turn. Okay, nice.
Right, turn taking in older games is like very, very different feeling if you're used to new games.
Got hit by the butterfly, nasty. Oh, and the overhead, that was not a combo. We freestyle those.
That was damn near a perfect there for Sunshine. Looking to make it up into that loser's semifinal place already.
Yeah,
on the back foot right now, though, against Brandon.
Trying to use 60 to get in. A little bit of upper body invincibility. Nice damage on that whole setup. And the overhead, love that. You can RC that for a follow-up on the grab bounce too, which is it's really nice. You can get kind of like instant air overheads with that. They're a little slow, but faster than some things. Okay, Fujin into Fujin.
Is.
That is the name of this matchup. Okay, we're going through. Nice.
That makes this one of those rare 6-4 mirror matchups where whoever wins is the guy who goes second.
Yeah, that's the rarest part of it, I know plenty of mirrors that feel like they're always not in your favor, but usually it's because you're too slow. This one you're not slow enough. Good throw, going through.
All right, nice round from Brandon, coming back from a little bit of a deficit there in order to make that happen. Let's see if they're able to finish the job and get a game on the board for themselves. Ooh, so hungry with the Fujin.
Yeah, Mass has a lot of Anji players. There's a culture here. Tails obviously carrying a pretty big torch for the community. But Anji's strong. This is a Boston-y character. I don't know. This is kind of like Cody.
You're telling me that we have a move that goes half screen and guard points through everything and it has follow-ups? It's exactly the type of dick-headed aggressiveness that just translates to being from Boston.
It's wicked good.
Yeah. It feels at home to have that type of a tool right after I put on my North Face and go get my Dunkin's iced coffee in January.
6 a.m., yeah.
Right? I feel at home watching this character. I just get it.
Yeah, it clicks. It's when the rollback dropped, I was playing around with a bunch of characters, and I have my favorites. Anji is definitely up there, but Anji was the one where, in the lab for like an hour, I'm just like, oh. Yeah, just do it. Slam dunk, no problem. Just Fujin. Wake up. Fujin.
Maybe that's what I should have. Maybe I should have tried Anji.
Anji's a good bet. Anji, I think you can learn where you want to be in the game. Doesn't necessarily teach. I don't think any character teaches pure fundamental Guilty Gear because everyone has their own thing going on. So,
right.
I mean, you can say that dust loops and your Fafnir confirms and high execution stuff is pure Guilty Gear, but sooner or later, some Bridget player is just going to run you over with, like, a bunch of stuff. And then suddenly, you're not playing Guilty Gear anymore. You're playing against Bridget.
Right. I mean, it feels like pure Guilty Gear is just, like, understanding how the system mechanics work, but, like, every character uses or doesn't use those system mechanics in different ways. And, I mean, one of the things about, and this is the thing about this older generation of anime titles, although it's translated forward with games like CF, which is going to be coming at you later.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think there was much more of a willingness to let characters have wildly different systems.
Yes.
Like to your point, every character, there isn't a core game that different characters play around, right? Like not in like a Street Fighter where it's like, all right, footsies of the game, low forward fireball, this is the way that you want to play around frame data, and then like the system and the different character tools make a difference. Whereas here it's like, yeah, no, this character just like does a completely different thing.
Yeah, this character's on Mars, and you have to go up to Mars, but you can't breathe. Like, figure it out.
Right. And you're like, oh, well, I mean, I picked this character, so I don't go to Mars, I just bring them down to Earth.
Yeah.
And I hit them with the Welcome to Earth.
Yeah, you hit them with the Welcome to Earth. And it is really nice, though, because, like, you get to really lean into that whole concept of play who you like.
Yeah.
Because you're not trying to figure out which character dominates that system's game, right?
You're just picking the system you want to play.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you play a puppet character because you think puppet characters are cool.
Yeah. And, like, you play Zappa because you want to duck under everything.
Right.
And
or, like, play the summon minigame and collect the seals. Or you play Robo-Kai because you want to be, you know, you think it's cool to have these other gauges and system mechanics to interact with. And you know, play Slayer because you hate your hands.
I play Robo-Kai because he's a heavy-duty wife guy, actually.
Heavy-duty wife guy?
Wife guy, yeah. In his wing quotes, he gets very romantic.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but is he a wife guy or is he thirsty? Because it's very different.
It's something of a mix, I would say.
Okay.
You gotta check it out. You gotta see the story mode for yourself.
We're gonna have to examine this.
Under a critical lens, as with anything.
Some of this stuff may not translate into the modern day,
but
might have to put a disclaimer at the character select screen.
But like, he does have like that nice meter management, and it changes the character fundamentally as the game goes on. And Testament has the curses and you have win conditions that develop over the course of the game.
Right.
It's very unique. The whole cast has like so much variety. I think it can be hard coming back to these games if you're a newer player and like working into that too, because you really have to learn your matchups in Guilty Gear, even the newer ones. I think that if you have a proactive game plan, sometimes you can sneak by the matchup process in like that mid-level, and they have to learn the matchup to you.
That's really valid, because that's something that I've definitely experienced visiting these older titles or these older anime titles, is exactly that, right? Where like I sit down and like, let's say I play with you or Doc or something.
Yeah.
And we play for 3 hours, and I feel confident, like, yeah, I understand how to control my character, I understand my game plan, I feel cool. And then I sit down and I play against literally any other character, and suddenly it's like I've been thrown into a restaurant in another country, where it's just like I don't know what anything is, where it is, I don't know how to read the menu anymore, what happened.
Yeah,
because
and
it's just so different.
You can't. I feel like when people start these games in training mode, they learn their own proactive game plan, right?
Yeah.
Like you're learning your combos, you're learning your mix. But then, if you go online and suddenly Potemkin's backdashing everything you do, like, what are you gonna do? You know, like your mix doesn't work anymore. You're getting thrown. Like, do you know what Potemkin does? Absolutely not. Like, you have to play the grappler game plan all of a sudden. You bang your head against the wall for that for 2 hours, and then you go to your next matchup, and it's like Milia. It's someone who flies around the screen.
Right.
Your Potemkin matchup knowledge has not done a thing for you.
Right. Versus, like, as a historical Street Fighter guy, right? Like, I sit down and play a long set against Ryu, and then I play into, like, a different character. It's like, yeah, it'll feel different.
Yeah.
But, like, the rules of the engine and, like, the tendencies of the engine still feel like they're the central fundamental truth.
Yeah.
And I think that's maybe the thing to come down to, right? Is, like, each character is allowed to do something so wildly different that the truth of the game becomes what the character brings to it and not something that's like mechanics driven of the engine.
Yeah, this matchup in particular, there are matchup parts to it, but this is one of those like slobber knocker, like big buttons in your face kind of game. We'll see. The big thing really is managing that blood gauge, and we'll see if Merkilo can do that.
All right. Oh no, falling limbs from Winter Connect. Key stance. Trying to press the issue, but you can see the hesitance that Winters has. Doesn't want to dash forward, trying to take space too actively. Merkilo's already represented a very active defensive style.
All right, we got those combos. Oh, big 2H. No, nothing off of it. That's really lucky for Merkilo.
Okay.
Had to burst.
I love the burst there, to stay alive, sure, but also manage to time it in a way to take the point position back. But it's fine. It worked the first time. It's gonna work the second.
Don't stop. And you had RC. Like, there's a lot of ways to cover your nutty plays in this game.
All right, just one JP on the way down. Oh, I love that double
We're playing
jump.
Smash Bros now all of a sudden. Okay, best grappler in the game. Wild throw. Uno. Didn't have meter spend on it, but we got one. All right, 3's pretty good. We're happy with 3. I saw Jason Riot in the chat. You can let me know if you're happy with 3. Okay, RC. Wow, gets out of it though. That's nice. All right,
catches the backdash a little bit too far away. And again, I love how active Merkilo is on defense. Jesus, just rocking the DP on landing.
Yeah, you saw Merkilo going for the 2D, the classic Sol 2D earlier. Nice bait, but no punish. But finding those ways to like kind of engage your footsies against ABBA, who you really don't want to get in past that. Right now, Winter's showing why to some degree, but chipping away their own health as you have to with this character, and it can put you in a precarious spot. If we talked about meter management earlier with characters like Robokai, but ABBA blood gauge management is really huge because not only do you need to get that HP back after you've been working on your offense, but you can actually get back more than you paid. If you pop blood bag, then you can get back like 120% of the life that you lost on offense. So you can actually heal yourself if you're really dominant, but also like very smart about managing it.
Well, I think that's sort of been a difficulty here for Winter in this matchup, is it feels like every time they are entering the key stance, they're not being able to generate the type of offense off of it that I think they would want to be seeing. I think they're really dissuaded by how active Merkilo is as a defensive player.
For sure. And Merkilo, finding those counter pokes on those offensive like moves, but any knockdown is hugely in their favor. You see right there, having to force like the full screen Goku Muroha just to maintain the blood meter, not get that bad like knockdown state. And you really want to be able to use that move up close. It's got plus frames. If it hits, it leads to a ton of damage. So having to force it full screen like that is a win, even if it's not on the health bar.
But look at that again. I love the air-to-air to catch the off-the-wall, which is another thing that Merkilo's been using a fair bit. But you can see Winter's backed off, did nothing with their Oki. They're so worried about it. Cold Burst comes out from Winter.
And yeah, again, full screen Goku Muroha. Feel afraid to use it up close. It's been dangerous so far. Good punish. We're getting a nice combo here too.
Oh, went for a couple of resets here?
Yep.
There was nothing defensively to come up from Merkilo. He didn't have burst or anything.
We are looking at a nice amount of damage though, evening it up, but if we can finish this combo, not quite enough, but that is going to be a knockdown. That's a debuff state. You had all day for the punish there.
It's fine. We're going to be forcing the issue. I'm forcing all of that tension out because Winters is going to have to FD to not die on chip. You can see it on the playback here. Yeah, caught with that air-to-air. Now, I wonder, we had seen Merkilo in a similar context get the loops, but went for a very different route there. Now, is there something I don't know about what you need in order to be able to generate those loops, or did Merkilo just try to go for something more consistent?
That may have just been consistency, and you are happy to have the knockdown as Sol going into an ABBA game because it helps deplete that blood bar. The loops, as far as I'm aware, you have two options. You can either spend 25 to make it a guarantee wall bounce with a pickup, or you can get, I'm forgetting the term for it, but like there's basically a clean hit where you get a certain part of your hitbox and not the rest of it on them, and that causes a wall bounce without that meter.
Okay, Garbage's point, I didn't look at the meter, but the knockdown was going to take her out of blood.
Yeah.
So it would have been...
We saw the debuff, we saw the stance change. That gives you, I want to say it's like 30 frames to do whatever you want.
Oh, so it would have been guaranteed, but then Merkilo wasn't actually ready to follow up in the window in order to punish.
Yeah, Merkilo just whipped the punish for some reason.
Sure, okay. So it was actually a guaranteed sequence without needing to invest any additional resources, and the way that it just happened, execution-wise, just didn't happen to go his way.
Yeah, and like if you fall out of the Fafnir's, it's a good amount of damage, but if you fall out of it, you tech out. And Abba is really happy to tech out mid-screen because it's only the grounded knockdowns that cause the meter to deplete.
Okay.
So when you tech out, even if you're like right next to the ground, you are so happy to save 30% of that blood bar every time. So those hard knockdowns really, like even just like the 2D, part of the reason you're not seeing like OTG is because it would disrupt that blood gauge depletion. But yeah, the Fafnir's can be hard to do. You get a little bit more guaranteed loops if you have the meter to spend on it.
Okay.
I think it gets harder as it goes on. So you'll see some Sol players that like might feel comfortable at like 3 reps, and if they want to tie a 4th one to it, they'll spend on it.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I have like I said at the top, right? Like I have less familiarity with plus R. I've seen it, I've watched it, I've commentated it, but I've certainly not had eyes on it in a while. We are jumping up into our winners finals now. docbach on the Potemkin, FlakManiak on the Holy Order Sol.
So Sol does also have to get pretty close to do the damage that they want to do, which is good for Potemkin. You have a lot more mobility than some of the other characters that have been running into that struggle versus docbach. And we're going for the stun in the follow-up. You're seeing exactly what the mobility can make a character capable of here.
Okay. Wow, 2S that poke looks really difficult for Potemkin to try to deal with at round start.
Looks good. And all that air mobility, too.
Oh, my God.
Just styling.
Just checking the ankles.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, looking like a pickup game.
Yeah, it's and 1 gear, which is like every game gear to some degree. But, okay, charging up. Take another one.
Oh, with punish. Cashing out the bar.
Duff.
Are we going to have enough?
Oh, there's a pickup after that.
Next hit will do it.
That's what execution gets you with this character.
Wow.
Nice. Wow, perfect. That is a rough game 1 for docbach, who may be looking for answers here.
Yeah, I mean, never really got the chance to get started. You spoke of the mobility, but like another thing is just that the cross up, the left-right, looking really difficult. But also the fact that, you know, Haas moves so much when they do it. It's not like if docbach reads it and guesses correctly, they get to, you know, be in range 0 and start to run their game.
Right.
So far, looking like the best chance that docbach has had. But Flak is defensively has been right so far every time, so the sequences are ending. We reset back to neutral, which seems overwhelmingly in Flak's favor.
Okay, hard knockdown. This is where you get started. No defensive mechanics available. Getting close to 50 tension for Order Sol, but you're not going to be able to guard cancel that. And the pickup, easy pickup there just to seal the round.
Yeah, I love that call there as well, too, because the burst was available for Flak, but going for the immediate throw reset locked Flak out of being able to use the burst in order to live through the round.
Yeah. Okay, nice backdash, but gets hit anyway. Yeah, I think Sol players, they're going to OS the backdash just by accident. Just by the sake of having, like, no recovery frames. You are whipping a normal after that whiff normal every time.
Ooh.
Okay, best grappler in the game. No. Bursting out. Getting this counter, I forget what that is, but it seems like Slidehead is getting punished by this meter build opportunity for Flak. We're getting another one there. Okay, a little bit of charging.
Oh no.
That does operate as kind of a frame kill. It's almost like a reverse beat in some of the games where you cancel into stance, your meter build stance after a normal that you might otherwise be using a special for, and you can like skip a turn a little bit, you know?
Okay.
Oh, we got to pick up, going for something. Okay, getting out of the corner.
Yep. Huge.
And look, that jab, getting armored, but going over the hammer fall, right? So it's like staying out of harm's way the whole time.
Okay.
Nice XP. All right, hard knockdown.
Not going to be able to cross up, didn't have the space, so still stuck in the corner.
Oh,
has the red RC in the back.
That sucks. Nice. Yeah, those hard knockdowns are maybe part of what makes Potemkin better in this game than the other ones. Just having a little bit more offensive capability to run that Oki game, which you have to be able to do to get any mileage with the character. Okay. Oh, hammer fall.
Okay.
Oh, that's plus. All right.
Nice. Sneaking out the round. It looked difficult, but, you know, managing to weather the storm, a little bit more utilization of armor in these key spots.
Yeah, and just being able to get the game started at all. We talked about having to play your game in Guilty Gear, and when you're not doing that, you know, when you're on defense, it really is just like a fight to survive. There's not a lot of opportunities to interact on defense outside of like really like trying to reset back to neutral. You're not usually taking your turn back until you get out of that frenzy.
All right, okay. Throw off the flip tech there. We've got the corner position, goes for the cross up. I imagine this is going to end. Oh no, we're actually going to push this back
we'll
to
just bring it to the other corner, yeah. No
that's
reason
fine.
to cross under, right? Oh. I don't know what docbach was looking for there, but ooh, the booty slam.
Nice.
And again.
Armor through, but so many of these,
Oh,
I find there's a lot of these instances now where Flak is getting that super jump forward and is managing to just as an instant overhead, but it's also basically high crushing the chance at the armor. So, you know, docbach armors through a tool, but ends up cornered as the result.
Flak has like a really shallow jump with Order's Fall, but it is just high enough to get over that hammer fall if you're starting it as it's coming out. Like they keep tagging the startup frames and proccing the armor, but being on the other side by the time the rest of it resolves.
Okay.
All right, knockdown. Let's go. Oh, goes through the grab.
Yeah.
Textbook stuff. Okay, hammerfall is going to work. Oh
my God, there was
so
much time there. FlakManiak was already in another time zone.
Yeah. I mean, that move has more range than you expect. Especially, you can likely car cancel it off of something with this version of Potemkin.
Okay.
But, you know, it is so easy to be airborne as Order Sol. You want to be up there. Okay.
Oh my God.
You're burnt for something. Oh, the burst. That's nice.
Huge.
Happy to trade 50 meter for that. And the hammer fall to even up the rounds. I'm wondering if we're going in 3 out of 5 for winners finals.
Yeah, I would think so.
Got to imagine. But you got to be happy to take that game 3. And nice pickup off the hammer fall. Going for hard knockdown into Oki again. That has been getting
wake up
out of everything today.
All right,
doing it again.
Corners themselves, gets the back throw. docbach's able to steal the corner back, and DP comes out.
Oh, we're partying. Order Sol, this is a DalDakota character. This is like, you want to play that like I jump at you game? Order Sol is great for that, and it's a lot of fun. I jump at you.
Oh my God, he had a pick
Oh, no
up.
connect.
If
Okay,
they
there
were
it is.
marginally closer to the corner, that would have picked up too.
Yeah, that was, I think there could have been an under there that got FlakManiak the round, but picking up the pieces, going into game 4, Flak on match point for winners finals. Okay, we're sliding heads. Oh wow, again, that cross under. Viper has been beating the butt slams, and a lot of the really punishing Potemkin's like poor movement options. Like, you can't really get out of the way of it if it's well spaced. Nice buster. Okay, slide head, not working out. It is forcing the jumps.
Oh my God, that 5K working out as an anti-air trip guard thing on the butt slam.
Oh, hammerfall, no pickup. I do not know why that whiffed. That's crazy. Okay, the wall stick, the combo, the scaling. Super jump. Oh, just grabs him out of it. Never do that again. And the hammerfall, that's so, the mega fist, just to punish that. It didn't look like there was a mid-screen conversion for Potemkin Buster, but threw him out of the Viper is like trying to disincentivize this a little late in the set.
Well, okay, we actually charged a little bit more here. Okay.
This combo is sick.
Decent damage, decent life lead. Cross
Oh,
up into the
sick.
corner. And so many air buttons. I jump at you indeed. FlakManiak will not be dissuaded. Potemkin Buster coming out.
Nice.
We get the combo into the heat knuckle.
This all came from a burst to maintain the corner. Like 5 plays ago, Potemkin got hit, and docbach burst to keep the corner, and it just put Flak in scramble mode.
Wow.
So smart. All that comes from a burst. So you can't understate how important good defense is.
Oh, yeah.
The screen positioning there set up the rest of that match because it's hard to catch this character, but when you do, it's not easy for them to escape.
Oh, that backdash was so clutch.
Big brain incoming.
docbach is, the longer this set goes, I mean, it's grappler brain, right? docbach is getting more and more comfortable with dealing with how FlakManiak is structuring the offense, and is finding more and more smart spots to stick out stuff like 6B or Hammerfall. Even these money backdashes.
Okay, yeah, you really want to do that to really just like keep your offense. You don't want to be dealing with the strike throw game with Temkin. Okay, we're going through. Back in the corner again. Well, putting themselves there pretty comfortably, obviously able to push to the other side.
Okay. With punish with the 2D. Building up a little bit more. Wow.
What kind of trade is this? All right, scramble time. You see that jump? How fast that was?
Yeah, and it's that shallow jump arc like you called out. You know, when Hammerfall connects.
I don't understand anything that happened. The
Gold
auto
burst?
correct, very bizarre. Okay, we're leaving. We are at maximum gear.
Oh.
Oh, no.
RC keeps it safe. No, if
Who's
you would just
dead?
punish the whiff. docbach brought out layer 3 and 4, but layer 2 and 1.
we have reached maximum gear. Yeah, I'm bursting your meteor burst super. Sorry. I didn't know until just now. Oh, what an air throw. Okay, maintaining the corner himself. FlakManiak looking for blood, trying to finish this winners finals out. Oh no, should not have gone for the charge there. Kind of escapes with their life. Okay, footsies. Backdash, invincible.
All right, pushing all the way back to that corner. No, actually, keeping us back to mid-screen. Hammerfall through, RC in the back. We don't get a combo off of it. All right, I think that might kill.
Let's see if the follow-up does it.
It will. Okay, we're going to a true final round. Burst is going to be back on the table for docbach. Is on the table now.
Okay, you almost want it right there. Oh, okay. Happy to take this mid-screen damage, but Flak maybe going to make that feel a little worse.
Oh, so smart. docbach had been trying to counterpoke with 2K instead, so the choice there from Flak to make a different thing happen.
Whoa! What are you trying to do? If that's a punish that works, I would love to see it. I don't know what was happening there. Maybe just looking for the buster in between, but gonna find one into the corner.
All right, burst is on the table, so you know that you're gonna tend towards another command grab setup.
Okay, and the RC keeping it safe. Kept getting a little low on life, and the Hammerfall gonna whiff, and that is going to cost the round for docbach. FlakManiak going into grand finals on a tight 3-2 set. That is what you want to see. You know, it's not always just a bulldozing in these games, so it can feel like that sometimes. We saw a lot of great adaptations from Doc there. I think they've definitely got a chance to run it back later. Yeah, grappler brain, a huge fact. I remember one of the first times I came down here for Strive, I think I was playing against Doc, and I hit them with something with Ram that was really cheesy. And after the set, they were just like, hey, I've never seen anyone do that before. That was really cool. And I was like, oh, I can never do that again. But I was like, that was really cool. Like,
that's what
now I know about that.
I mean,
so scary.
That's grappler brain and that's all right. Because like, what do you need to be ever present and ever ready. Like, as a grappler, what's your job? You're reading what your opponent does.
You gotta know what they're doing. That's it.
It's all RPS. Right, well, throw them at the right time.
Yeah.
Because if they know you're gonna throw them, you want to hit them.
Yeah.
It's, actually, I made this comment, I forget where and when I made this comment, but like, I wish that I was the kind of player that was confident just playing my options and not giving a damn. Because there's definitely people that are like that. There's definitely people that are like, yeah, you know what? You're in a 50-50 and you're gonna guess.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a thing and there's nothing you can do that's gonna influence my decision one way or the other. And there's something I really respect about that, but oh my God, I have way too much anxiety to do that.
Yeah.
Oh my
It's
God,
hard.
I can't.
I can do it sometimes, but it's like, you have to be in a confident state where you're just like, what I'm doing right now doesn't matter.
The only way I do it is if I'm testing them. Like, there's sometimes that I'm like, yeah, I am gonna do it a third time.
Yeah, sure. It's either that or the other thing. Who cares? Like
it's
we're all guessing.
It's like someone comes up to the front of a rock paper scissors thing and they're like, I'm gonna throw rock. There's nothing you can do about it.
Open rock. Okay. Merkilo back on the screen. Sunshine living in this bracket. The Anji Dream still alive. We'll see how far it can take Sunshine here.
All right, everybody, we are back to a 2 out of 3 now, with this being the loser semifinals match. Oh my God. Merkilo was hitting every button on their controller.
Yeah, you know, you cannot always do that against Anji. Right here, we're seeing the guard points come into play, and Sunshine using the follow-ups too. Oh,
okay.
I mean, sometimes you have to take things in your own hands. If you're playing Saw, you have to play Saw all the way.
Right. Like you're an anime protagonist.
Yeah.
Like you only go forward.
Oh,
that's
what
your
a
Nindo.
There's a lot of autocorrect today, causing all sorts of stuff. And
wow.
The fall. That's
wow.
unfortunate. Surely there's something there that could be done against the DPRC. Don't know what it is. Sunshine may know what it is. Use it next time.
Okay.
All right, nice ender. Just going for pretty, you know, Merkilo has a game plan. It is very rigid. It is working. Okay, dust combos. We don't have those. There are some, what do they call it, impossible dust in this game where you trigger like the first part of the follow-up and then can get some weird horizontal stuff going. I don't know. I think Anji has one of those. You see Wukash do some damage. Oh, through the burst.
Wow.
I love Fujin, y'all. They should make this stuff better in Strive. I just think it's cool.
I imagine the reason is because the game is so strike throw heavy. They're like, well, we don't want a character that just beats strike.
Yeah, well. So, oh well. Okay, burst of their own. Oh, no pickup.
Merkilo 2H didn't have anything behind it. The Gunflame's going to connect. Merkilo gets the first game on the board.
Yeah, Merkilo, really solid game plan. You know, playing, if anyone is the protagonist of this game, if anyone is the basic character, normal tool set, it's probably Saul.
I mean, he's literally the protagonist of the story.
Yeah, he's the protagonist, but we got a lot of characters with a lot of motives. Okay, Wild Throw, best grappler in the game.
Only if you finish the job after.
That's true. I don't know if they were looking for burst or what. You gotta make somebody afraid of those bombos before you can threaten the burst bait, right?
Flame comes out, not much out of it.
Oh.
We cornered ourselves. Jesus.
So I'm pretty sure Fujin low profiles normal moves, and Viper just low profiled Fujin. Okay, Joel. That's not it.
Yeah, you can see Merkilo doesn't really have everything necessarily. He doesn't have all the rust shaken off.
Yeah, that's the nutty stuff too. Oh, what a pickup. Oh, could have done something with that.
Nice whiff punish on the 2D.
Most characters looking for like just like a light low. Finds one. Nice. Sunshine taking the round off that. Anji gets really easy pickups off of anything that goes into the Fujin, the heavy Fujin. If you have 25 meter, you can spend for that ground bounce.
Okay.
Throw tech, nice. Right there.
Overhead, okay.
That move is an overhead, it leads to combo, and it's plus.
You were allowed to let nutty stuff exist in older titles.
I think it's minus 15 now. In my day, it was better. It was different.
I don't think this isn't your day.
This is sort of my day. It doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. Aren't you younger than me?
No, we don't have to worry about that right now, but I'm not.
I do have to worry about Merkilo's life after almost winning that last game burst.
I like that burst.
The corner position. Yeah, we're going to get the punish on the blocked Viper. That's one game apiece. And that's going to feel bad for Merkilo because, you know, Merkilo really should have won that first round there in game 2 and just kind of scrambled it away.
Yeah, the scramble seemed to be going in the favor of Sunshine right now, who gets a little bit more returns off of like some of those random tags on the ground. I think that it can be something you can find with Sol, but you have to know those like micro, you know, situations, right? Whereas the sweep into Fujin is going to put you in a good spot with this character. Oh, wow, nice pickup. Okay, Uno mas.
Right, spent the bar to get the additional one, but no, drops the air combo off the wall connects. We go to follow through.
You got to run at him, though, yeah. Afterwards, even if you drop those, it's offense. Nice.
All right, set point here for Merkilo.
Okay, a little bit safer on Sunshine's side. Nice throw. What do we get? DP through. Had to wonder. Nice jump out of the Gunflame, but gonna get hit on the anti-air coming down.
Oh, little
side
micro dash
spot?
forward.
I guess we're happy to take those. Okay, show me. This is the best grappler in the game.
Yeah, you knew Burst was going to come out. Way too much damage on the back of that. Another punish to the Volcanic Viper. Merkilo's active defensive style is really coming back to bite him in this set.
Oh, looking for it. RC, but nothing off of it. Sunshine's saving that meter right now. Oh, doesn't have any. That's the thing. Okay, little follow-up.
Red RC to try to keep it safe, but
wow,
Sunshine just takes the turn.
And looking pretty even, though. Burst's going to be a factor.
Gold burst. This is huge. I think Merkilo wants to try to make this happen now. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. Deal with Butterfly Oki. Nothing really behind it.
RC.
No! Okay.
Staying alive on Sunshine's side.
You invested your burst into that one.
Yeah, and that's not going to come back for a while. That gold burst, you can see on the meter. Anji likely going to have it by the end of this round. Hard to say if Sol's going to get another chance to swing. Okay, looking for DP. Any DP will lead to a lot of damage. Okay, nice little follow-up. We do have the corner. Spending resources to get that aggression and keep it.
Oh, there's the DP. Had the RC to keep it safe.
Do it again.
Back throw in the back. Block the overhead. Plus frames.
Oh, yeah, that throw. Blocking. Another one. Oh, that has been working all day for Sunshine. Interesting.
Burst comes out. Just goes immediately back in. Merkilo knows no sign but forward. I cannot believe you didn't die. I can't believe he got the burst back.
They're dying on camera, just like, oh, why did this happen to me? Check buttons has taken many a life in Guilty Gear. It'll happen again. You have to be happy with the results of Sunshine. Moving on over Merkilo with the Anji, a big Fujin damage, and really nice, just like freight train offense. To kind of keep things going in that last game. I mean, yeah, Dust Fujin follow-up is very strong. And Merkilo was not responding to it as like a plus frame option. So it seems like Sunshine got a lot of mileage off of that. When you find that one tool that works, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't
gotta lean into it.
You don't go to layer 2 if they haven't answered layer 1.
No, absolutely not.
And I mean, on the flip side of that, right? Like we did see that Sunshine did a very good job at dissuading Merkilo from that very active defensive style that we'd seen.
Yes.
So yeah, really earning that chance up here in the losers finals against docbach. I'm sure Merkilo had to run right off the set and then go over and see what's good over in KOF.
Yeah, Merkilo's got plenty of opportunities to win some stuff today. You know, finding a match worth his caliber in plus R, but in that KOF bracket, you know, we're likely looking at Merkilo on Strive a little bit later.
Yeah, if I had to guess.
I am sure they are not too heartbroken to make it as far as they did today in plus R.
All right, this was not a match that we got to see as they were on opposite ends of the bracket. Merkilo actually sending Sunshine down fairly early in the bracket today, but docbach versus Sunshine here in your losers final set, and docbach up to a healthy lead.
Yo, you were not happy. If you were getting hit by that Thinking Buster, that was an instant block on the jump jab. That's like the equivalent of like a red parry in third strike, just like getting fully called out, punished. And we did see this matchup character-wise a little bit earlier. If I remember right, docbach played against our other Anji player,
Brandon.
Brandon?
Yeah. Took that one 2-0. Looked really strong in the matchup.
Yeah, definitely knows what to do against this character. I mean, if you have Tails in region, you've likely played this matchup quite a bit. Nice pickup. Oh yeah, and the command grab off of the jab, follow up too. This gives you Oki. Oh, I don't know what they were going for there, but the throw worked out in Anji's favor. Happy to see it. Going to get tagged by the sweep. docbach going up one game. Still looking clean versus Anji. I think they definitely have the tool set to win this matchup on a character level.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's really going to be beholden on Sunshine here to try to innovate. I think the tendency towards, you know, either Button or Fujin as your defensive choice, which, like, I can see why you would default to Fujin if you have the positioning for it.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's really going to get smoked a little bit here with how docbach just seems ready for it. And I think you're exactly right. There's so many Anjis in the region, and one of the strongest ones is here, you're probably used to that matchup, at least in some respect.
Seeing Sunshine go through yet another burst with Fujin, but a unique cross under. And that is your answer to that. If you're going to be plus, I'm just not going to block. I'm going to jump right through.
Right, and you could see, I mean, there is a gap there. It was something that even Merkilo wasn't really trying to experiment on how to operate within the gap between Fujin and the follow-up.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is character matchup knowledge, right? Like, if you know you're going to just backdash through the dust follow-up, like, if they have meter, they're likely going to do it. It's a very strong tool if someone doesn't know how to deal with it.
Oh, tried to armor through with the airball, gets smoked out for it. Butterfly Oki.
Nice overhead. That's what you're looking for. Oh, and catches the backdash too. You know, Flick has been a factor for that when it's been mid-screen, but on Oki, I don't think you can respond to it the same way. Oh, throw would have done it, but misses the input a little bit.
Okay.
Oh, Fujin through the hammer fall. Gross. And there's the air throw.
Back into mid-screen. We're going to send out the Butterfly Oki after. This could be one touch. Goes for the mirror. Nothing really comes of it, though. The Butterfly actually wins out anyway because it's on the other side of the mirror.
Wow, what a burst. Just to maintain pressure. Scary now.
That was almost the right call. It was just a little bit too far away to catch the jump attempt that had come out. Hammerfall would connect. Gold burst.
All right. It's a lot of meter.
We're not going to have the damage. It's one more guess. 5P mash. Sunshine gets the round.
A lot of gold bursts coming out from the opponents of Sunshine, and both times that I've seen it recently, it's resulted in like a bad round. And now, again, running in a situation where you don't have your burst available. We've seen docbach able to use burst much to their advantage in other games today. They might be missing that, but right now off to a really good lead. Nice backdash on the slide head from Sunshine. I think a little matchup knowledge of their own is here. And Ush's 4 backdashes in a row. Stop trying to hit me and hit me, docbach asks. And no, interesting full screen experience for this character. Nice, again.
Oh, there we are.
Can't do it. That is
oh, wow.
Instant air throw.
1 pixel off the ground.
Never had a chance. If you were looking for the Potemkin Buster there, you found it, but you found it the wrong way.
Yeah. Okay, first game on the board for docbach. No, I'm sorry, that was the second game already. I forgot how close that first game was dominant. No disrespect to Sunshine, but I think they're really gonna have to innovate and bring something different here, or we're just gonna have to start mentally preparing ourselves for Grands.
They found a lot of mileage in that second game. They were getting more Oki up the butterflies. Again, finding those backdashes of their own to navigate some of those problems. And right there, nice new way to end the Fujin. If everything else is getting backdashed, then you can use the P follow-up to get some projectiles on the screen, a little bit of screen pollution, which traditionally Potemkin has trouble dealing with. But finding no trouble in this first round, docbach going to bring it to match point. If Sunshine looks for answers, they have to find them right now.
Right. docbach about to be 5-0 against Aunties through the course of the evening.
Yeah, that is a pretty dominant factor. Ooh, a little bit of damage on the board though. Nice pickup. And we saw an early burst from Sunshine here. They're going to have to, nice. They're going to have to take this one to find that back. Seems to be working out for them. Going through the armor on the Fujin follow-up, and no pickup off that. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I just, the only way I would have liked that sequence better was if docbach had managed to keep the corner position off of the throw. But instead we pushed all the way out. We're going to be able to block that. No, we didn't find a punish after.
Oh, another dust. Been hitting a lot of those. Nice, yeah. No longer spending that 25 on what has become a very reactable option. Potemkin not getting picked up by it either. It feels like Dust follow-up for Fujin in this matchup has limited potential. Like on some of the air hits, you can get the ground bounce, but that's a really important tool for this character. So to not be able to have that, talking about innovation, you really have to make something different out of your game plan. There we go.
No, and that was off of a gold burst, but we find the counter hit anti-air starter here this time for docbach, who is still on set point. I remind you, wow, 5P.
Okay, looking for those backdashes now with something like a jab. Smart on the side of Sunshine. Okay,
overhead
good
reset.
pickup. Nice overhead. Oh, check buttons though. Oh, scary.
Yep, back Mega Fist.
Okay,
forces
gotta
the burst out of Sunshine, and this is Sunshine's Torment life now.
Still alive.
This is going to be at least...
Oh, so smart. Excuse?
Oh, Jesus.
Don't touch the air. Why?
docbach has a very slight life deficit, but
oh,
I
the
don't
grab.
see this going to
Everyone saw that grab coming, but nothing to do about it, and we're going to see docbach find that third match. It felt like a 2-2 at that point. The stress levels there. With Sunshine fighting for their life, that comeback was right on the verge, and we saw really bizarre 6H guard point autocorrect. Anji was everywhere, but could not quite find the right place to take that game.
Yeah, so moving on, we go up to grand finals. docbach gets the run back against FlakManiak, and you know what? That first time that they played up in the winners finals was already stressful. Close, 3-2, last game, last round. I gotta wonder, you know, is docbach gonna have the answer for this? As tight as that was, and at the pace that FlakManiak was able to play at, I feel like making this happen for 2 straight sets is gonna be quite an endurance test.
Yeah. I mean, it's always hard to have to reset. Even if you're on a roll, you get that first tear with that 3-0. There's so much time for adjustment. We have to ask ourselves if FlakManiak is the type of character who feeds off of adjustment, or if they feed off of that proactive momentum, or maybe both. You know, so an amazing player can find both those things. But Flak have shown that they are very capable of riding the wave.
Right. I mean, look at him. My man brought a surfboard to fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's another question is if they can figure out what Doc is doing to respond to them.
Yeah.
Maybe they can. Maybe they don't have to. They squeeze out a really tight 3-2 in winners.
I think, I mean, between the jump arc, less reliance on the left-right stuff, because I think docbach got wise to it, but just sort of trying to bulldoze through, really using the strength of that low jump arc. And, I mean, I feel like you can also just afford to play slightly farther out and just be really active in a way where it's going to be hard for docbach to pick where to armor through things.
Yeah, and we're seeing an adjustment right now with that. I think it's 2C. This is, I don't know if it's a lower and overhead, but it hits you every time. And using moves like that are a little further out, like you said, trying to create as much space as you can. With a character like Odersal, it can be very hard. But docbach is finding nice responses on defense and converting that into pressure, into damage, into rounds right here in Grand Finals.
Wow. That was, I gotta say, the beginning of that round seemed like it was gonna be going decently well for FlakManiak. And the beginning of this round looks like it's going in quite the inverse direction. We get the cross up. Are we gonna see a burst come out? No, we're gonna let this one rock. Air tech, chase down, we just want out of the corner. We take those.
I don't think you're too afraid to let Lieutenant get air tech with limited options in air, not able to air dash. You're really like putting yourself in a position where they have to make that first move.
Okay, we wanted the chase down. We didn't end up landing with the limb
quite
the way we wanted to. Wow.
More Fafner all the time. Okay. And
the lingering fire actually serves as an anti-air and gives FlakManiak the follow-up combo after to close that one out.
Yep, it looks like you get the pickup on the level 1 if you time it right, but I think that must have been the 3rd level. It had 1, 2, 3 of those pillars there. So I saw one with 2 earlier in the day. It's a lot to spend, but it can be worth it.
All right, air throw, but reversal comes out from FlakManiak. Doesn't want to deal with being on the back foot at all.
Hammerfall through the Fafner, that's amazing. And spending meter to keep the reversal safe. You find a very active defense from Flak. Not really looking to play that strike throw game that Temkin wants to, dominate with.
Okay. Burst comes out from FlakManiak. Wants to close out the set. Wow. Okay. First game on the board with punish with the gun super.
Pretty amazing. That is an Odersal, mentality. You got it, you spend it. Like, I think a lot of times people would say that there's no neutral in Guilty Gear, and the reality is that neutral is just the chaotic part of this game. Your offense is often really structured. It's very tailored. You are fighting for your life if you're blocking, and you are partying if you're not. But in neutral, you get scrambly. You see these cross-unders?
That cross-under actually was an anti-air, too. It went underneath and whiff punished the butt slam that came out from docbach.
I think that Potemkin really struggled versus that move in the air. I think there's not a lot you can do about it. Nice. Okay, yeah, see right there. Never trying to be on defense. FlakManiak finding either the burst, the RC, which they drop right there. Lucky break, staying alive for just that last moment. But FlakManiak always has the FRC ready for the DP. They always have the burst ready if the FRC doesn't work out. They have the guard cancel if they're blocking. They do not want to be blocking.
No, of course. And I mean, that's true against any grappler ever. You don't want to be on the back foot. But certainly here, with how effectively FlakManiak's reversal is sort of able to really run the pace of offense, you don't want to be on the back foot at all. Why would you?
No, and you're prioritizing your resources to make sure that you're not. Lots of resources available for that here, even on offense. Okay, this is where you see it.
Yep.
The jab out. So not even scared to just mash because they know this is coming. They know that there's 75 meter. This means that you have an RC. You have a wake up super if you want it. You have your guard cancels. What a jump in.
All right, this is tough. I mean, that jump in. That I wanted to talk about the jump in being smart because we had seen that docbach was really leveraging slide head to try to punish for Flak trying to get levels. So that was going to be really smart, but then in the scramble situation after, docbach just got the better of it anyway, finds the back throw now at the start of this scramble situation. It is 1-1 in the first set of grand finals.
The thing is, the neutral is the scramble. Like, they are one and the same. Playing omelet neutral in grand finals.
Right?
Tilt gear plus R today. Down to our last two players.
Okay. Overhead reset gets blocked.
Okay. Yeah, can't do that. Gonna get tagged, and that knockdown can spell doom. Okay, nice block. And the punish. Ah, that was sick. Haven't seen that yet today. Hammer fall.
Yeah, finishes out the hammer fall too. In a lot of those situations, it's been empty into late Potemkin buster, and waits exactly long enough for the 2K to connect. Taking the lead now in this set. Wow.
That's our 6B. This guy's protected, and we are nearing the corner.
We were not close enough to get the follow-up that it seems like docbach may have wanted. Oh, we're gonna get it this time.
Tick throw off a 2K. Things you didn't know you had to be afraid of. And it's going to cost you.
That's a grappler round if I've ever seen it, right?
That's grappler time, yeah.
You can just be right. If you're just right 3 times in a row,
you just slowly drag them to the corner. You grab them twice.
Yeah, you don't need
They
you
die
only need to be right 3 times.
Yeah.
They can be in the row, or they can take the full 99 seconds to happen.
Yeah, and you have to be comfortable with either, really.
A healthy life lead for docbach in this round as well. Reversal coming out, pressing the issue all the way back. It looked like there was it seemed like Flak had gone into the stance and let go to maybe try to bait the burst, but mistimed it by a hair.
New answer to reversal and RC. We saw 6B come out immediately after a block DP. They know that they're spending meter on it. You know, there are solutions for a lot of situations in this game, and docbach, with that grappler mentality, is finding them one after another. I think you're right. The longer this set goes, the harder it's going to be for Flak.
Yeah, this is reset point now for docbach.
Oh, and the tick off the hit, too.
Once again, that's the second 2K tick that we've seen.
Never safe. Okay. Minor punish.
Overfall had the RC in the back. Oh, we actually
far.
were in range to get at least something there.
And the full hit slide head, you don't see that very often. Usually you're just using it for the quake effect. Okay, nice.
Armor through, that's a reset for docbach. That was looking real clean. And I gotta say, it seems like we said on the top, right? FlakManiak is trying to be really aggressive with the offense, but what's happening is the longer it goes, the more comfortable docbach feels defending against it.
Yeah.
And at this point, at this point, FlakManiak is just a fly. And docbach understands where to swat.
Yes, exactly. And just you see the options unlock. It's like watching Susano and Laszlo. You see the little locks on there, and then every match there's some situation where one just pops, right? And it's just like, oh, I'm gonna 6B here. Oh, he isn't watching this grab. And every one of those is just building up to a sort of a long-term win condition for docbach.
Ooh, burst to keep the corner position.
See Flak trying some unique like corner swaps, some ways to destabilize.
Oh
but no,
my God.
Viper is not going to do it as it did before. Gonna find a Potemkin Buster off the top there. And okay, nice. Yeah, we got another one of those. 2 more.
All right, is that just to get out of the corner? I think it might be. Goes for the backdash. Nothing really comes of it. FlakManiak needs to be able to deal with this. Armor through. 5P connects. Force break comes back. Corners themselves by mistake. Doesn't keep blocking the low. Blocks the cross up this time.
Is that punishable? Sad. The armor on that really good on a pressured offense, but Flak was ready to wait and bait. Okay. Flak's game plan coming a little back together here.
Oh,
We got those.
all right.
Wow, what a weight on docbach side. Just keeping that airspace nice and tidy.
Okay. Headbutt connects. Oh,
We get the follow-up here.
oh no, we actually drop it. I think maybe it was tunnel visioning a little bit more on if they had been able to spend the meter for the overdrive super, it would have worked out for them, but it's not going to matter here. 6P connects. We are 1 round apiece in this first game post grand finals bracket reset.
Swinging on round start. Do not run at me.
I kind of want FlakManiak to go back to like a 2S representation of round start because it seemed like it was a decent tool that like may have shut down a little bit more of Potemkin's pokes, but you can see the docbach is just sticking out all the right limbs, and docbach is trying to slam on the gas off rip at round start.
Yeah, I think being very proactive on buttons early on has been helpful for docbach. Okay, nice combo here. And No Tech electing to stay on the ground. 6P going to make that feel like a great choice.
Okay.
And we're noticing those safe jumps going a little deeper. I think that is to OS the Viper side. We've seen the grabs on that in the past. Oh, more damage will do it. No, the throw.
But we're not going to have the damage behind the throw.
Oh. They waited for the backdash to try to punish afterwards. And it must have just been too far out. But Flak getting one on the board, and that's the Shin Grand Final set. Okay, 6P tagging the 5S. So maybe your 2S is the answer here. Wild. What a whiff punish.
Got away with jumping way in.
Into this round with, is it note music in game?
No, it's finally kicking in. It's just very subtle.
Okay. Again, staying in that scramble space that Flak wants to excel at, but Doc finding more and more control as the set progresses. Nice anti-air grab.
Press the issue.
Yeah.
Meaty stands short.
Good pick up off the Fafner. Oh, there's that super meter in again.
Wow.
Don't you dare whiff a button in my face. docbach spending it all just to get a few hits, which is all you need when you're playing a character like Potemkin.
Right. You
get that big body
guess
damage.
right 3 times.
Yeah.
All it really takes. Throw starter here for FlakManiak.
Yeah, something you only get in the corner, that wall stick.
All right. Yep, cross up. That was largely just for the screen position, I think, more than as a necessarily a specific mix-up opportunity.
Yeah. That was meaty. If it hit, you're feeling pretty good, but against a player like docbach, pretty predictable, but you're so happy to just maintain that screen control, one of the most important resources in these games.
Had the RC in the back in order to follow up off of that one. This is a dominant position to be in. Trying to build a little bit of bar. Okay, we're up at level 3.
That's not the meter you should be worrying about right now. There's a little life bar. That'll do it.
Jesus. Okay, 1 round apiece here in game 2.
Oh.
Yeah, FlakManiak slowing down a little bit at round start position has definitely been a difference maker for them, I think.
Yeah, and right there, looking for maybe the RC off TP. Didn't find it. 6P still connecting, but not leading into a ton of damage. Versal is looking a little unhealthy, though.
Oh my
nice
God, got a pickup off of that?
Yeah, counter hit, you can get the stance into a little bit more damage. Flak definitely has those.
Did you say the stance?
Stance.
Is he falling apart to halftime?
Da-da-da. What a trade.
Oh, wow. Just nothing there.
Yeah.
FlakManiak just sort of let the stick go to neutral for a hot second there and let docbach get a game on the board.
That did happen earlier, and yeah, I don't know if it's just waiting for something, trying to be really, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, proactive on the punish, like, or reactive. Like, you're not blocking, you're waiting to punish, right?
Right.
That's at least twice now that has cost Flak a round.
All right. Okay. Falling buttons connect right into the attempted buster reset. 3 guesses. That was it.
Only needs 9 more to take this set today. There's 1. Oh, just waiting. Looking for something maybe.
Okay.
Or you know, dare I say a little asleep at the wheel. These long sets have that tendency to kind of change people's execution. A 6-speed through, that was pretty wild.
Oh my god.
Okay, Hairfall, nice.
Had the red RC behind it in order to press the issue.
Oh, looking for that buster there.
Is that a wake up 2S out of FlakManiak?
Could have been, yeah. I mean, Flak has opened up the Oki game quite a bit with their own options. I think when you threaten enough burst, you threaten enough DPRC, it does mean that you're more able to swing on your own wake up. But Doc cannot be too phased about it. I mean, whatever the options are, the conversions are not leading to an advantage at this point. They're up 2-1 versus Flak in the reset. Their decisions are clearly making more out of the game than Flak's are.
Yeah, I think Flak's tendency towards trying to advance in the air is actually what's getting blown up by this prevalence towards 6Bs. I think FlakManiak needs to be a little bit more willing to try to play a ground game.
Yeah, and it's hard. Like, you know, there are tools that Potemkin has to play a solid ground game if you have those reactions. docbach has the mindset for this stuff. Wow, those 6Bs blocked, but not quite punished or anything. And Orsol again, one little jab away from staring down the end of a set.
Okay, Mega Fist connects, and we're on tournament point for docbach now.
I do like the round under of stick out a giant hitbox. It's just there. If you're not ready for it, Doc has been using it so sparingly. It's just something big that you don't have. Like, if you don't know about it and you have one piece of life, it's going to cost you. Okay. That's 3 bars on Flak's side. Let's see if that leads to anything. Full pick up off the air throw. Haven't seen that yet. Okay.
Land into throw.
Oh!
Okay. Potemkin Buster connects. How far are we going to press the issue?
Guess twice, I dare you. Whoa, that's a new follow-up out of that too. So rather than RC electing for the baked-in follow-up.
Oh, he spent the burst on that?
Oh,
it's connecting. Big damage, and we're going to have corner position. One more guess could do it.
Oh,
beats the burst, but
Tots.
no! That had to have been a mistake.
Flak staying alive off of a nasty taunt. Doc is cackling right now.
Yeah, I think I am going to say I did see that Doc specifically binds taunt at button check.
Well, if you bind it, you're going to press it. That's what we're finding out today in grand
I mean, I would rather you won the tournament, but hey, do you. It's fine. Apparently we got those because
I don't know what we're doing now. There's something else must be found to get another button on Doc's Willy Wonka hitbox here. Okay.
Hammerfall gets smoked out. FlakManiak, being an actual maniac right now, has brought this back from a near perfect.
This is actually a great opportunity for a player like Flak, running on momentum, but no. We're stopping it right here. Doc says, enough of this. I can't handle these drops any longer. But that was definitely a huge opportunity for Flak. That is where you shift the momentum. And we're talking about a momentum-based player. They did not have it today. docbach looking, what was it, 3-1 in the first set?
3-1 in the second. Yeah. After a close 3-2 in the set prior, definitely a strong performance out of docbach. And yeah, I mean, that was your moment, but the moment coming that far into the set after you've surrendered as much as you had, it definitely not a good look. I think the big thing there was once docbach found where to stick out 6P and how much he was buffering, 6P right into Heat Knuckle and just getting stuff behind it. It was such a big difference maker that shut down a huge element of how FlakManiak was approaching the neutral game. And it, more than just shutting down that, it also served the dual purpose of letting docbach end up in the position where you're a grappler making a guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and adaptation absolutely in the game. When we talk about a 3 out of 5 set, when we talk about 3 out of 5 sets, it is adaptation. That is, best case scenario, you have to play like 6 to win.
Right.
Guaranteed 6.
Yeah, and I mean, kept it pretty close, and it only ended up being 8.
Yeah.
So that is going to round out the Plus R tournament.